show you a lesson out of the phonological awareness and CVC U. The letter is M. Letter?
M.
The sound is Sound? The letter is A. Letter?
A.
The sound is Sound? Nice job. The letter is S. Letter?
S.
The sound is Sound. Nice job. The letter is P. Letter?
P.
The sound is Sound. The letter is T. Letter?
T.
The sound is Oh, letter?
T.
Sound? Good job. The letter is I. Letter?
I.
The sound is Sound? Excellent job. All right, we're going to get ready to practice our sound fluency. My turn. D, B, Your turn.
J. G.
Nice job. All right, let's review some vowels and consonants. Write down the letter that says Nice job. What letter says Is E a vowel or is it a consonant?
Vowel.
It is a vowel. This is letter E. Letter E says B.
B.
Excellent job. Is it a vowel or a consonant?
Consonant.
The letter B is a consonant. Nice job. All right, let's review some spelling patterns. The pattern is an. What is the pattern?
And.
Tell me all the sounds you hear in an.
And.
Excellent job. I hear that nasally A sound. I know when I hear that nasal sound, it's coming from my nose and it's going to be an A. So A-N says an, okay? So now that you know this pattern, can you write the word pan? Tell me all the sounds you hear in pan.
And.
Excellent job. Go ahead and write your word. Nice job. The letter P says P. A says and because our nasal A, and N says pan. All right, let's review the letter T. What is the letter?
T.
Excellent job. All right, hold up your arm. Hold up your arm. All right, we're gonna touch the skyline, ready? And we're gonna pull down to the grass, and then we're gonna cross back on our skyline to go across. Nice job. Can you do that 3 times and circle your favorite letter T? Beautiful job. I like how you have straight lines for your letter T. Let's practice that lowercase t. Ready? Start in the sky and pull down to the ground. And then we're going to cross on the dotted line. Nice job. What letter is that?
T.
What sound does T make? Go ahead and write that 3 times and circle your favorite. Why is that your favorite T?
Because the lines are really straight and it looks like because the lines are really straight and it's positioned where it's supposed to be.
Nice job. All right, let's read the letter I. Are you ready? Touch the sky. Pull down to the ground. You're going to cross the sky and then cross the ground. Excellent job. And then we're going to do the same thing for our lowercase I, except we're going to start on the road. We're going to pull down to the ground, and then we're going to add our dot. All right. Write each of those letters 3 times, and then circle your favorite letter. I like how you're taking your time. You're making sure you're using straight lines. Nice job. What was that letter?
I.
And what does I say?
Excellent.
My word is fox. Fox. Can you tell me a word that rhymes with fox?
Box.
Excellent job. Fox and box are rhyming words because they have the same rhyme. They both end in ox. starting here with the rhyming production. These are your scaffolds. There's going to be different activities that are already built into the lessons or scaffolds for you if your students are struggling segmenting or blending at that phoneme level. If your students are already working at the phoneme level, you do not need to do the next series of activities. However, I'm going to walk you through them so that you understand how to do that. All right, let's take a look at our first picture. The first picture is a fish. Tell me all the sounds you hear in fish. Excellent job. You could also use the alternate boxes and say fish. If your students are really struggling with this, you really want them to stretch up and really over enunciate each sound. So I would say fish. Ish. And then go back and say, what was that first sound you heard? And really pull out that sound for them. Eventually you could layer back on some of your scaffolds, but for some of your earliest learners, you may need to heavily guide them through this activity. And then you would model one, do one together, and then call on students for individual turns. The word is bed. What is the word?
Bed.
Bed. We are going to listen for the final sound. Are you ready? Listen carefully. Bed. Tell me all the sounds you hear in bed.
D.
Nice job. What was our final sound?
D.
Excellent job. What letter makes that sound?
D.
Nice job. The letter D says D. All right, here we have more of our advanced phonemic awareness skills where we start to add, delete, and substitute sounds. So, at. Add p to the beginning of at. What is my new word?
Pot.
Excellent. For this activity, I like to play a little game called Guess the Word Right and You're Out. So let's do another one. All right, you're out. Ready? At. Add d to the beginning.
Dot.
Nice job. You're out, Emily. And the last one, at. Add to the beginning.
Lot.
Nice job, Paige. So all you can see which students have mastered that activity and which ones are ready for more advanced activities. If you open up your speaker notes, you will see that there are examples for how you can extend or remediate an activity. All right, are we ready? Our word is hat. What is the word?
Hat.
Excellent. Tell me all the sounds you hear in hat.
At.
Nice job. Take away the, what is my new word?
At.
Excellent job. All right, and now we're going to substitute some rhymes. Are you ready? The word is hat. What is the first sound you hear in hat? What is the rest of the word?
At.
Excellent. Change the at to am. What is my new word?
Ham.
Nice job. All right. Tell me all the sounds you hear in ham. Excellent job. For this activity, once again, this is our goal. We want our students to be able to be segmenting phonemes. So every single lesson should include phoneme segmentation activities. So I would say ham, ham. And if your students are not able to do this individually, then you would start with your initial sound, which is the easiest, and have them pull out that sound. And then you have them listen for that final sound. Ham. Pull out that final sound and have them pull out that medial sound. You do not need to wait several weeks before you introduce them to the medial and the final sound. You want to start exposing them to segmenting all of the phonemes right from the start because you want them to understand what the end goal is. All right, now we're going to get ready to blend and read some words. Are you ready? Watch me first. The letter G says G. The letter O says ah. Watch me as I blend those two sounds together. Got. And then I add our final sound. Got. The word is got. Your turn. Ready? Sound. Sound. Blend. Sound. Blend.
Pot.
Word.
Pot.
Excellent job. All right, let's practice reading some of those words fluently. Watch me first. When we read, we want to sound nice and smooth. We don't want to sound like a robot. All right, my turn. Hat, hat, lot, thought, got. Your turn.
Lot, rot, tot, not, thought.
Excellent job. If a student makes a mistake, that's okay. Go back to that decoding strategy and have them sound it out. Sound j, sound ah, blend jot, sound t, blend jot, word jot. And to start off, you may have students only reading one word or 3 words. The goal is to build up and have them continuously add on new words when they're reading as they become more confident and more successful with the decoding strategies. All right, let's get ready to write some words. Are you ready? The first word is dot. The sounds in dot are d, ah, t. So I have 3 sounds, and then I write the letters that match those sounds. D, ah, t. Your turn. Change the d in dots to h. What is our new word?
Hot.
Excellent. How many sounds are in hot? Excellent. How many sounds is that?
3.
Nice job. For a scaffold, you can draw a line for each sound so your students know how many sounds are in the word when they're going to write the word. All right, what was our first sound in hot? What letter makes that sound?
H.
Nice job. What is our next sound?
Ah.
What letter makes that sound?
O.
And what was our final sound? Excellent. What letter makes that sound?
T.
Nice job. Can you change the h in hot to the p sound?
Pot.
Nice job. Spell pot for me. The letter P says p.
O. T.
Nice job. Here's where you can work on some of those advanced phonemic awareness skills as well. You can change the initial sound. You can also change the final sounds or the medial sounds. Pot. Change the t to d. What is our new word?
Pod.
Excellent. Go ahead and write that word for me. Nice job. Can you tell me how to spell pod?
P. O. D.
Awesome job. All right, so now we're going to take a look at some high frequency words. Every lesson is going to have some high frequency words. High frequency words can be flash words, temporarily irregular words, or truly irregular words. Actually, only about 4% of words in the English language are truly irregular. So our flash words come from Dolce and Fry word lists as well as district word lists. These words, students should be able to know how to flash because they can easily decode them. Temporary irregular words are words that have patterns that students have not been introduced to yet. And then we have our irregular heart words, which are words that have patterns that are truly irregular. Very few of them exist. And as I mentioned, only about 4% of words are truly irregular. So here we have flash word. So we're going to use our decoding strategies if the students cannot read this word yet. And I would say sound, sound, blend,
No.
sound, word.
Not.
Nice job. You were able to sound that word out using your strategies. So this is a word that you should be able to know in a flash. All right. Let's read this word. Ready? Sound, sound, blend, sound, blend, word.
Hot.
Comprehension begins at the word level, right? So as students are learning new words, you want them to start visualizing those words to help them better understand their meaning. So Eva, the word is hot. What comes to your mind when you hear the word hot?
Boiling.
Boiling. Excellent. What else do you think about when I say hot?
It's really hot outside.
Okay, so the air, temperature. What else comes to mind?
Like hot and cold colors.
Okay, so colors. Excellent. As you can see, she's already come up with several ideas of what the word hot means to her. Doing this helps your students think about the meanings of words, helps them to visualize the meanings of these words so that when they go and they begin to read stories, they're already creating those images in their minds to help them better understand what they're reading. And then we continue through the rest of the words. And then Eva, we have hot, cold, and boiling. Which words go together?
Hot and
cold,
boiling.
Why do you think hot and boiling go together?
Because when you put hot water on a stove, it boils.
Excellent job. Really asking students why helps to strengthen their verbal reasoning skills. Another activity you can do with this slide is to create a semantic grid. So I would take the word hot and I would take the word boiling and put them at opposite ends of the line. And then I would have my students come up with words that could fit somewhere on this continuum to show the continuum of these related words. So what other words, Ava, can come to mind when you hear the words hot or boiling?
Toasty.
Toasty. Where would toasty belong? Do toasty be closer to hot or closer to boiling?
Hot.
Closer to hot. So we'll do toasty. Any other words that you're thinking about?
Sweltering.
Sweltering is a great word. Where would sweltering belong?
Boiling.
Probably closer to boiling. Excellent job. Right? So here we're working on some of those vocabulary skills to help our students have a better understanding of words that are related to one another. All right, we're going to review heart words here. I would just have my students go through and practice reading these words fluently. Ava, word.
Back. Hot. And. Oh, man. Call.
Nice job. All right, and now the fluency phrases. You'll notice that the fluency phrases include the heart words that were part of this lesson. So for this, I'm going to model first. Watch me as I show how to read fluently. He's not in. Do not. Your turn.
I cannot. I'm not. Is it hot in? It is hot at.
Nice job. And then let's read this part together. Are you ready?
It's too hot to. Is hot. I got it. I got a. I have got. He got a lot of.
So this activity can also start to introduce your students to swooping phrases. We want our students to be swooping multiple words up to help build with their reading fluency. And you can show them that starting with this activity. We can separate words when we're reading. However, we want to make sure we're separating them in meaningful phrases or meaningful parts so that we sound like a fluent reader. All right, let's get ready for our decodable. Are you ready? Listen carefully as I read that first sentence to you. The lad got a pot. Your turn.
His pot is tan.
Nice job.
It is in his hand. The pot has a dot. The pot is not hot.
Nice job. Beautiful job. Who has a pot?
Lad.
The lad. What do you think a lad is?
Like a boy or a person?
It could be a boy or a kid or a person. Excellent. And now, what color is the pot?
Tan.
How do you know the pot is tan?
It says his pot is tan.
Excellent. It says it right there. Nice job. So we can start to ask our students WH questions with our decodable text, right? We can start to help them to understand how to answer questions related to a text. And so we should be doing this during every lesson. All right, are you ready to write your sentence, Ava?
Yes.
All right, your first sentence is excellent. And now, what color is the pot?
Tan.
How do you know the pot is tan?
It says his pot is tan.
Excellent, it says it right there. Nice job. So we can start to ask our students WH questions with our decodable text, right? We can start to help them to understand how to answer questions related to a text. And so we should be doing this during every lesson. All right, are you ready to write your sentence, Ava?
Yes.
All right, your first sentence is, you do not have to come up with your own sentence. If you open up your speaker notes, you will be able to access all of the notes, as you can see right here. You can just minimize your tabs. So that you have your speaker notes readily available to you as you are presenting the lesson. Oh, hold on one second here. All right, Eva, your first sentence is, the pot is hot. What is the sentence?
The pot is hot.
Excellent job. How many words are in your sentence?
4.
Nice job. All right, for scaffold, you can have your students draw a line to show how many words are in their sentence. The pot is hot. All right, let's go ahead and write your first word. Good job. I like how I hear you repeating that sentence to yourself over and over again so you don't forget the words that come next. The first word is the. It is a heart word. The word is the. Our next word is pot. Our next word is, and our last word is hot. If your sentence looks just like mine, give me a thumbs up. Nice job. And if it doesn't, that's okay. You can go back and fix your sentence right now. All right. Take a look at my sentence. Repeat after me. I love my new markers.
I love my new markers.
Who loves the markers? Who loves the markers?
A person.
A person, right? In the sentence, it's using a pronoun, and they're using the pronoun I, right? And what is the action in this sentence? What is the action?
Loving.
Love. What does this person love?
New markers.
This person loves markers, right? Well, what word is used to describe those markers?
New.
Excellent. So our adjective, our describing word is new. What do you notice?
I noticed it looks like there's markers, there's some paint, it looks like there's rocks, and it looks like they're painting rocks.
Why do you think they're painting rocks?
Because they have paint, and they're like, it looks for like decoration.
I think they are painting rocks.
Because
No, repeat after me. I think they are painting rocks.
They are painting rocks because they're going to use them for decorations around their house, maybe.
Nice job. So this activity really strengthens your students' oral language skills. We want our students to be able to verbalize their thoughts about a picture, and through this activity they're practicing key comprehension skills like making connections, drawing conclusions, and using evidence to support the belief. And that wraps up our CVC lesson. Every lesson is going to follow the same exact structure. If you have any questions, please send me a message. I will gladly answer and help you out.